We all know to it that the first bid of Manchester United for Bryan Mbeumo was rejected by the side of Brentford, and we're here to bring you an update on how we are expected to get into the next phase of this transfer. And you all know to it that if the first bid is rejected, the second one is on the way. And guess what? Mbeumo second bid hint has been dropped by Jacob's pen in here, and Ayden Heaven is really having a very huge say about he is coming to Manchester United and why he went ahead obviously make a decision to come in through and obviously leave Arsenal, deny the contract that they are to offer him, and he joined Manchester United. And I think United paid peanuts for this youngster who came in through at the club of Manchester United. Good morning, and it's Eid for the Muslims in there for you. And is it Eid Mubarak or Eid El Fitri? Muslims down there, you can go down in the comment section and really have your say and tell me your thoughts about this special day for you. Public holiday worldwide. That is it. So let's start in here. And the first bid that we put in through was all about 45 plus 10 million euros. Sorry, 10 million pounds. But Jacob's Bain has told us that Brentford want at least 50 million pounds guaranteed for Bryan Mbeumo and are pointing to the 62.5 million transfer fee for Matthias Cunha as a comparable valuation. Man United are still optimistic of finalizing a deal with a second bid being expected. Now, it was like I was in the head of Jacob's Ben, because yesterday when I really dropped that video of that first bid of Bryan Mbeumo getting rejected, I came up with a thought that I think if Man United come all out, and they really make it 50 million pounds of add-ons plus 10 million pounds, 50 million pounds guaranteed, and 50 million pounds guaranteed and 10 million pounds of add-ons, I tell you what, that deal will obviously come to pass, because for the side of Brentford, they know to it that the player is not obviously going to extend his contract, and this is the right time for them to obviously get some good money from Mbeumo. And if at all you've been following up onto this Mbeumo guy, you know, he has been one of those that never came in here at a very huge fee, you understand? And when he was being signed, you know, there is something I'm still looking in for in here to really show you that these people are really making some huge profit from Bryan Mbeumo, you know. So Mbeumo was bought at 5.8 million pounds, you understand? So if he was bought for that amount of money, you know, then we need to sit down and really ask ourselves, do they really need a lot from him? However much they are calling in for 50 million pounds of add-ons and 50 million pounds guaranteed and 10 million pounds of add-ons. How does that work? You understand? I think it works in this way. 7 million pounds, let's say 6 million pounds, because it's 5.8, that is 7 million euros that they paid to obviously get this guy in. If they get 50 million pounds guaranteed, that means they're making a profit of 43 million pounds. And for a team like Brentford, 43 million pounds really means a lot. And you've got to hate to say to it that they really have a very good scouting network in there. So Bryan Mbeumo is wanting to join Manchester United. That's approved. He has rejected teams like Arsenal, Spurs, and many more. But the problem is the 50 million pounds of add-ons, and I think United are really looking through that to see to it that they obviously get to the common understanding. But I know 5 million pounds won't stop the side of Man United from really getting in the players that they want. Now, Fabrizio Romano also added and said Brentford are asking for a fee close to what United paid for Matthias Cunha, starting from 70 million euros with the possibility of negotiating. That is via Fabrizio Romano. So I think 60 million pounds is what Brentford is been looking at. They want to get in that money and obviously offload Bryan Mbeumo. He has scored very many goals, and I think him coming to Manchester United will be a very huge boost in as far as scoring goals is really concerned, because in the modern game all forwards are supposed to be scoring goals. It's not only the center forward that really scores very many goals, it's also the other wide forwards onto the task to really score those very many goals. And if you're having Matthias Cunha and he can get you like 20 goals at Manchester United, Mbeumo does the same, and the ideal striker who is going to be hitting the line scores all those, I think United can really get back to the top 4 positions and really even compete for the league, because these two players that are going to come in through are really very, very explosive, and the assists they've got to make in their previous seasons are really very promising to any striker that is going to be playing alongside them into this particular coming season of 2025-2026. So Bryan Mbeumo, second bid hint has been dropped by Jacobs Ben. I don't know what your thoughts are about it, but it's really very, very important for United. And I would like to credit the board of Manchester United on how they are really taking this quick and fast. And I think no one is going to stop them from really taking it to where it deserves to be. So Mbeumo, that is it for him. And we are waiting to see how things are really going to be panning out into the coming days. But I think before this week comes to an end, I think here we go of Bryan Mbeumo might be sounded, and then the medical will follow thereafter. And United are really working thick and fast to see to it that they obviously get these deals done, because when you take long to really, or when you lag on the deal like this, when a player known as Bryan Mbeumo is wanted by other clubs, maybe he'll be like, United cannot add £5 million to obviously sign me. Why don't I go to Arsenal, Newcastle, or any other team that is willing to obviously see my value? So that is what United are really looking at, and I think they should act thick and fast. If you know, you know. So that is it, and let's obviously get to Ayden Heaven and see what he has gone here to say about Manchester United. Now, Ayden Heaven has come out and he has officially spoken onto his joining Manchester United and why he really chose United over other teams, especially Arsenal that wanted to obviously sign him, and there was even another team in the Bundesliga that wanted to obviously have him with them. Now, Ayden Heaven has said, the first day I was here at Carrington, Mount came up to me and introduced himself, and we had a good 10 minutes conversation. He reminded me that we played each other in preseason, and he remembered the tackle I hit him with in the first minute. That is it. In the preseason, United played Arsenal in the preseason of last year in the US. That's where all that happened. And he told him, yeah, I remember your good tackle that you made on me, and you're not here by mistake. So yeah, me and Mount are friends, and obviously Bruno as well, the captain, he's helped me settle. Patrick Dogu as well, we signed around the same week, and we've been together since then. So he's like sending us a message that him and Patrick Dogu are really close buddies, right? Then Ayden Heaven, Amorim just said, just hate to our play style will suit me because they play 3 at the back and I play on the left of the 3, so that allows me to run with the ball. That's one of my strengths, and defending out wide as well. So Amorim brought him in because he knows he plays with 3 defenders and he'll play him on the left, and he's good on carrying the ball and running with the ball to really allow into those passes, either in the central axis or in the left half space or internal channels of the pitch. So that's why he really came in through. But this is the most important bit of it all, why he signed for the club of Manchester United. He said, why Man United? The opportunities that the young players have got here in the past. I think United had the most minutes given to teenagers last season. That convinced me to come here. The people and fans here are quite loving, and I felt that when I was playing. they are so supportive. So obviously, I think in the elite league, in the elite teams or like the traditional big teams, no club is gonna hate to offer many minutes to those young stars than Man United. And I think this was one of the big reasons as to why he was like, I have to go to Manchester United, and he turned down his boyhood club, that is Arsenal, because they had put out a contract on the table, and if Arsenal never gave him what he wanted, then they would have gone ahead to lose him on a free, because the player was ready to leave. I tell you what, was ready to run his contract down and leave as a free agent. So Arsenal got in some, were they £5 million from Manchester United, and the player is now a Red Devil at the club of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Bryan Mbeumo's second bid hint from Manchester United. It's really happening, and the difference is £5 million of the guaranteed fees. Do you think we should go north of 50, or we should stick to that? Because you, the fans, also have your say. The comment section is eagerly waiting for you. Then after that, we also have something special to discuss about Ayden and how he was welcomed at Manchester United by Mason Mount, in reminiscence of what happened in the US in the preseason of last summer. Then, United fielding teenagers is an attractive ground for very many teenagers worldwide, because they see it as a very huge goal for Man United. Do you think we might really lose it at a certain point, X, because most of the teenagers that we are grooming are not really becoming world superstars, though they come into the first team and play, but their dominancy doesn't stay for long? What are your thoughts about that? Good morning, and the Muslims, Eid Mubarak, and see you later.